Now, this is probably going to be more a rant than a review of the movie Inglourious Basterds, because I think this movie is the most overrated movie of 2009. Probably one of the most overrated movies ever. Because I just found out that this movie has an 8.3 out of 10 on IMDb. To put that in perspective, it's in the top 100 of all time. Of all time! So I'm going to probably rant on about 6-7 minutes about that piece of shit. Now, let's read a brief plot. In Nazi-occupied France during World War II, a group of Jewish American soldiers known as the Bastards are chosen specifically to spread fear throughout the Third Reich. Like D-Day didn't do that enough by scalping and brutally killing Nazis. And, I'll get to that accent in a sec, because holy fuck. Now, the basic main chunk of the movie takes place in June 1944. Now, if that doesn't date or month doesn't ring any history bells in World War II, it should, because D-Day took place on June 6th, 1944, in Normandy, France. Okay? France was liberated on August 25th, 1944. So, Quentin, you expect me to believe that the entire High Council of the Third Reich, including guys like Heinrich Himmler, Joseph Goebbels, Minister of Propaganda, including Hitler himself, decide, you know what? I know the Allies just invaded France and it's D-Day, and you know what? I feel like taking a day off and going to see a movie in fucking Paris. Really? And do I have to even begin to fathom how stupid it is that they have 2 lone guards guarding Hitler in 1944 in Paris? I didn't think so. Like, I know it's fantasy told through Quentin Tarantino's eyes, but really, you must be fucking blind. Like, fucking read a book. Seriously. Now, the Nazis in this, they're so cookie-cutter, stereotypical Nazis of what Hollywood thinks they were. Okay, newsflash for you, not all Nazis were evil, not all Germans were Nazis, and not all the Allies were good. I distinctly remember a guy named Joseph Stalin. We all know what a bright, chipper guy he was. Nobody makes movies of after Japan bombed Pearl Harbor, the U.S. put all these Japanese, American-born Japanese, into internment camps and treated them like cattle. Nobody makes movies about that. Nobody makes movies about, Japan had camps running too. Camp 731, that's your homer for tonight, killed roughly 900,000 people. They treated the Chinese like the Germans treated the Jews. They treated Canadian POWs, one of them my grandfather, like total garbage. POW from 41 to 45. You want some horror stories of the war? I'll read you some of the memoirs, because let me tell you. The guy who ran that camp makes Heinrich Himmler and the Angel of Death look like a saint. Okay, a saint on some of the stories I've heard of that guy. I can't remember his name off by hand. Now, not all Nazis were evil, not all Germans were Nazis, not all the Allies were good. War is evil, period. Plain and simple. Now, Brad Pitt's accent. Holy fuck. Seriously, Brad? We're going around scalping Nazis. Really? Seriously, I know you haven't had a good movie since 7, which I do admit is a fucking awesome movie. And no, Oceans 11 and 12 doesn't count because he had the whole other cast to rely on. So, stay in your mansion, wherever the fuck that is, bang Angelina on a nightly basis, take care of your 9 kids from 12 different families, and just stop. Just stop. And I know all the Quentin Tarantino fanboys will say the same thing. Well, if you can do better, why don't you? Seriously, if I had the amount of pull that this overrated hack has, I would want to do better. In fact, I would be embarrassed to release this to the public. If this is told through Quentin Tarantino's eyes, then he must be blind, and he needs to pick up a fucking book. Without a doubt, the most overrated movie and the most overrated director ever. Ever. So, if you want World War II, stay the fuck away from this overrated movie. Do not believe the hype at all. You know, go watch Band of Brothers. Go watch The Pacific. Go watch Downfall or Saving Private Ryan or something. You'll get a much better experience of it. Because those are truth. This is fantasy and not even well done. So Quentin, just please buy a Clue. That's my advice. Buy a fucking Clue.